friends, and welcome to your breakdown of Sun B, or Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation Part 2, or B. I do have a video breaking down Sun A. If you would like to visit that first, please do. Otherwise, we will pretend that we've already done a Sun A going through a vinyasa, and we will end up in downward facing dog. Press the ground away so much that you can bring your torso towards your thighs, bend through the knees. Ankles reach down towards the mat, they do not have to touch. Take an inhale here and exhale, navel to spine. Bring the low ribs away from the mat. Generous bend into the knees can help send those sits bones up and back to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Press down through the hands, shift some weight into the right foot, and then lift your left leg behind you as if someone was pulling your heel up with a string. Cool, three-legged dog. From here, listen carefully. Press down through the ball of your right foot. Begin to bend the knee like this, okay? Do you feel this little bouncing situation going down? Feel the power, the driving force from the ball mound of the right foot. Charging through that left leg, reaching it up towards the sky. Take a big inhale, keep pressing the ground away, and shift, press like a gas pedal with the right foot to draw the shoulders over the wrists. Cool, now we're like in a three-legged plank position. From here, begin to draw the knee in towards the chest, puff and round through the back of the heart, make space to step the foot somewhere down on the ground. If the foot is in the middle of your hands and your feet, just go ahead and help step that foot up towards the top of the mat. Another option here from three-legged dog. Shift the weight forward on an exhale. Push, tuck and round, tiger curl. Draw the knee deeply in towards the chest and drop the foot just below left thumb. Cool. Look back at your feet. Invite them onto train tracks. Cool. Driving down through that right ball mount, driving down through the left heel. Rise the arms up. Stack the torso over the hips. Keep a generous bend into the back leg. Cool. Generous bend into the front leg. Crescent lunge. I prefer crescent lunge in this series because Warrior One can be different for different bodies. But if you'd like to try Warrior One, it's an easy transition from crescent that we're already in. Keeping a generous bend into the front leg, take your hands, make them into claws. Perfect. Stick them at the bony points of your hips. These are your flashlights. Look down, check it out. Bring your right hip closer towards the front of the mat and send that left hip back towards the back of the mat. Your little claws here should be like the headlights of a car, pointing towards the front. Cool. Now, allow the hips to become open and drop, boom, at a 45-degree angle, the foot down onto the mat, the back foot. Your right toes will reach towards the right side, long side of the mat. Cool. Take a big bend into this front leg here. So now you can see because the hips are open, my little car flashlights are shining more so towards the left or the right side of the mat, the long right side of the mat. Now, what you'll do here, keep that generous bend in the front leg and begin to rotate, bing, 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 trying to keep that back heel glued to the mat while also trying to keep that right leg straight. Try and close the hips here so that you have them nice and square and my headlights are pointing towards the front of the mat. Cool. You can think about it this way too, as like spiralizing from that inner right thigh. Like if there was an arrow coming from like the seam of your legging, say, there's an arrow pointing up towards your quad, okay? So spiral that arrow, bing, so that it can point the quad towards the front of the mat. And the headlights point towards the front of the mat too. Cool. Inhale, sweep arms up. And exhale, bend so that the hands frame the foot. Press down through the hands now. This is tricky here. Get high on the back of the right foot, okay? Press down so actively through the hands that you could begin to squeegee around that left foot. Keep pressing down through the hands, puff through the back of the heart, squeegee that foot. Maybe it squeegees to the middle of the mat. Maybe you slide it on back to downward facing dog, or maybe you drive that knee in towards the chest, press the arms back into that downward facing dog shape, and then let the left foot meet the right. Cool. And have a moment here in downward facing dog. You can drop to the knees in child's pose if you would like. We'll stay for an inhale and an exhale. Meet back in downward facing dog. Shift the weight into the left foot. Inhale, right leg long behind. Like someone's pulling it up through the string. Cool. Keep pressing the ground away. Knit the low ribs away from the mat. Remember this pedal action with the left foot. Use this left foot to come high up on the ball as you bring the shoulders over the wrists. Cool. Three-legged plank. Great. Send it back. This time, shift forward and drive the knee in towards the chest. Puff through the back of the heart. Drop the foot where it gets to. And then maybe bring it back up to meet the hands, or from three-legged dog, press the ground away, tuck and round so much, drive the knee in towards the chest, tiger curl, puff, 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 and step the right foot just right behind the right thumb. Cool. Train track the feet high onto the ball of the back foot, drive down through the right heel, reach up into crescent lunge. Feet can be as wide away from each other as they like here. From here, right hand to belly, left hand to sacrum. Stick the booty out, tuck it under, scoop the pelvis underneath. You can try warrior two on this side if you'd like. So go ahead and pivot on the ball of the left foot and drop the heel towards the midline. So now we're at this diagonal angle with more like warrior two, hips pointing towards the long side of the mat. This time, take your claws to the hips and begin to generously bend through the front leg and rotate just the hips, boom, to face the front of the mat. Cool. Keep trying to drive that heel down into the mat. Reach the arms up. Generous bend in the front leg. Back leg attempts to stay long. Maybe press down more through the right foot and roll back into crescent lunge. Ah, so much more forgiving. Take a big inhale and exhale. Bring the hands back to frame the right foot. And now, you can either take your right hand to your right ankle to assist you here to kind of press down through the left hand and bring the right foot back to downward facing dog, or from this low lunge position, press the ground away, puff through the back of the heart, and begin to lift the foot. Drive the knee in towards the chest and send the hips back. Right foot plants, downward facing dog. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. Look between the hands, come to the height of your toes, shift forward slightly. Exhale, bend the knees, dip the hips low, and at the bottom of your exhale, step the left foot and the right foot to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, stand up, look up, and exhale, fold. So now that we started from downward dog and we've got the lunge series down, let's add in everybody's favorite, chair pose. So feet can be hips width distance or touching, whatever's clever for you. Scoop that tailbone under, take an inhale, knit the low ribs in on the exhale, palms out towards the sides. Inhale, sweep arms up. And exhale, take your hands to where your front pocket area is and begin to press into the hips, bend through the knees like you're about to sit down into a chair. Coming in to chair pose. Cool. Maybe a gentle tuck of the pelvis here to keep that length from the tail out the crown. Bring the chest up, so maybe press down the tented fingertips into the thighs. Cool. Lifting the chest, shining it forward, chest follows gaze. Inhale, sweep arms up anywhere that's comfortable. Think about pressing out through the sides of the feet right now. Like you could spread and rip a hole of your mat in between your feet. Ooh, that changes up sensation here. How interesting. Keep driving down through the heels. Take an inhale here. Stay for the exhale out the mouth. One more time. Inhale here. Get bouncy on the legs. And exhale, dive over the knees into a forward fold. Great. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands. And this time we'll just step the left foot and the right foot back into downward facing dog. Cool. Inhale, right leg long, three-legged dog. Exhale, tuck, round, puff, tiger curl, draw, knee into chest, and release the foot just below right thumb. Calling for crescent lunge. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, drive down through right heel, reach up. Scoop the pelvis underneath, arms up. Maybe a bend into the back leg, maybe it's straight. Either way, stay for your inhale and your exhale. Stay for another inhale, reach up, grow tall, maybe straighten that back leg. And exhale, fold over, plant the hands, flame the right foot, and slide the right foot back to meet the left. Cool. Readjust your downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, puff, tuck, round, press the ground away. Draw the knee in towards the chest, tiger curl. Step the left foot down, just below the left thumb. Cool. This time, inhale, rise up, drive down through front leg. Generous bend through front leg. Scoop the pelvis in, crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. Maybe exhale, extend that back leg. Stay for another inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back to frame the left foot. Press down through the hands, drive down through to send the left foot back to downward facing dog. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. Step, hop, float your way up to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, fold. This time, inhale, rise up through chair. Scoop that pelvis, long spine. Chest follows gaze. And exhale, rise into Tadasana, hands at heart center. Lovely. And that, my friends, is Sun B. If you have any questions or anything else you would like for me to expand upon, please let me know in the comments below. Have a good one.